1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. The water cycle is a very complex and a very elaborate process, and it has multiple steps, including precipitation, runoff, and evaporation, and also condensation. First, I will start off with my first point, which is evaporation. Evaporation is when the heat from the sun and the atmosphere turns the water, liquid water, into a gas form. This makes the water that is transferred from a liquid to a gas rise into the sky, which forms what we know as clouds. Evaporation is a major part of the water cycle. Without the water vapor in the air, it would be impossible for the water cycle to take place. It would also affect other things on Earth if we did not have the moisture in the air. It would affect how the temperature is on Earth, and it would make it almost unbearable to live. The next step is condensation. Condensation occurs when humid air comes into contact with dry air. And this is what you would see on things like water bottles. That's a great example of condensation. Condensation is everywhere and all around us, and it affects us every day. It's what a lot of it, and you see it when it's really humid outside. It'll be on your windows. And condensation causes clouds because the air, first step from evaporation is condensation. Condensation is the connecting of water molecules on smaller particles of dust and stuff like that in the sky, and that which is what causes clouds. The next step is precipitation. Everybody knows what precipitation is. It is the third step, which is water falling from the sky, or in certain types of forms, would be snow, sleet, hail, and just plain old rain. There could be things such as hurricanes or just thunderstorms. Precipitation plays a huge role in our daily lives and everything around us. Yes. And the last step is runoff. Runoff is one of the most unknown parts of the water cycle. Runoff is when the water falls from the sky. It falls and it lands on land, and then from the water would run down into lakes and stuff like that. There's many problems and benefits from this, such as pollution. Pollution is usually caused by runoff, so chemicals or anything that's on the ground gets carried into lakes and rivers and anything like that, and affects the ecosystems. But it allows the water from the precipitation to go back into the lake, and that's why it's a cycle, because when it falls and goes back and runs off into lakes, and then it puddles together, and which causes evaporation and condensation, and that's when we get rain. The water cycle is a very complex and very elaborate. It has many steps, which include the following: evaporation, condensation, precipitation, and runoff. And thank you for listening. That was my speech on the water cycle.